Welcome to Insights Live. I'm Rebecca Selby, and today I have two very special guests. I'm joined by Joe Flanigen from Microsoft. You might know him as MS Joe. And I'm also joined by Sanjay Ejantkar from Epicor. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hi,
How are
Rebecca.
you doing?
Glad to be here. This is my 13th user conference for Epicor, and our partnership with Microsoft goes 30 years plus, 3 decades. A great partner of ours, developing software, and I'm personally excited about Epicor ERP version 10's release. It's a culmination of a 7-year development effort between the two partners, and I take personal pride and happiness in finally seeing it come to the devices that we have for attendees to see.
We are all excited about that. So can you tell me what's new with Windows and Epicor?
Well, with Windows, we've got certainly a user interface that involves tiles. This here is a Dell full PC, which, by the way, you can see a lot of the devices at the Microsoft Lounge. And this user interface is consistent across the devices, whether we're talking a phone or a slate or a PC or a desktop. And I know both Googs alluded to that in the keynote, as well as Eric Johnson. But that consistent user interface means that your users will be able to use those devices and understand and not have to relearn the wheel. So
That's nice. So you're saying there's some consistency.
exactly.
Yes, definitely. We're looking very forward to doing the development once and then having it go across all the platforms. I, for one, am looking forward to seeing it on my Xbox.
All right, tell me, Sanjay, what's available with mobility for Epicor ERP version 10?
So within Epicor ERP 10, it's got a lot of mobility built into it. So we've redesigned a lot of the skins or the interfaces, the UX on Epicor ERP to be more touch enabled. So we've built into the live tiles, we've followed the Windows theme and did a lot of that. Within those tiles, you can actually start getting notifications using your BAQs, your dashboards. So you're seeing that one consistent interface across all devices. In addition to that, even on the Epicor Web Access portion of our UI, we've spent a lot of time on that to make sure that it's touch enabled and that it's easy to navigate. We took out a lot of complexity within that and made sure that customers can get access to the things they need when they need it.
I'd also add, too, that one of the things that perhaps isn't talked about often is the fact that when you're bringing these personal devices to the workplace, you have to protect, or there's a desire to protect, that personally identifiable information of customer data. So when you join devices to your domain, as an IT organization, you're able to control what goes on. You can push down policies to protect that data. If the device gets lost or stolen or unjoined from the domain, it can be cleaned out. So there's a great core security functionality that's available in Windows 8 that certainly Epicor takes advantage of.
Yeah, we're looking forward to having that, the corporate citizen be first class now, instead of having to be, hey, I've got my device and not be able to join networks or actually have the ability to have IT push down policies or get rid of data if they need to.
That has to give people a nice sense of security, too, to know that that's available.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Sanjay, talk to me a little bit about expenses and time entry. How does this save time for employees?
Well, what's going on with especially the Windows mobile apps on time and expense entry, one of the reasons we did that was, it's always the case that a person out there in the field, one of your employees or your resources, has to enter time or enter expenses, and what better place to do it when the transaction occurs, right? So if you're out in the field, you do a job or need to put an expense in, it's really easy to have your mobile device out there, take some pictures of your receipts, send that information in real time, and then have faster process to billing, have faster process to paying or reimbursing the employee, and then everybody's happy in the end.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Joe, can you tell us what's next for Windows Phone 8 apps?
Oh, there's a lot of features that I could talk and enumerate on. one of the big ones that's coming out, and again, Goog's alluded to it, is Cortana, which is the personal digital assistant that aids in searching.
Very forward to that.
You'll be able to speak into the phone and say, for example, it knows where you are with GPS, and say, hey, give me the Mexican restaurants that are around here, and up will pop the restaurants. In a relative conversation with Cortana, I'll say, tell me only the 4 stars. Give me only the 4 stars. I didn't say give me only the 4-star restaurants where I am today. I'm continuing the conversation. So those would be further filtered down to the top 4, and then pick the second one. It would pick that, take me there, and you'd get directions with turn-by-turn directions. So it's our personal digital assistant that we call Cortana.
That's interesting.
So my question to you, Joe, is always, so is Cortana going to look like she did in Halo?
I want to ask Cortana what she looks like. I'm dying to do that.
Something for all of us to look forward to. Thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions about the things that you've heard here today from MS Joe from Microsoft or Sanjay from Epicor, go ahead and visit epicor.com.